Greetings and hallucinations, ladies and lads. I am Chancellor of the Harmonious Frequencies of the Mighty Empire of Onion, and this is Spore Galactic Adventures Dark Injection mod. So as you know, we're in the tribal stage. We befriended 4 of the tribes. We eliminated 1 of the tribes. They were back here. Now their village is merely a pile of rubble, thanks to our superiorness. So we've still got guys from the other tribes bringing us gifts and stuff, but we are ready to advance to the civilization stage. Our little area here is full. We've got all the little people that we can handle. We still have, surprisingly, 2 of our 3 creatures that we started out with. I think that's pretty good. Most of my playthroughs, I was attacked so many times, I ended up losing a bunch of the creatures, so had to retame them, all that sort of madness. But yeah, we're ready to advance here. Complete the tribe on hard setting. We did that. That's awesome. Tribal tactics have established our earliest cultural trait. Industrious here. So yeah, as you know, I've been talking about the different card levels and the benefits that they're going to give us in the space stage. I'm interested in hanging out in the blue area during the civilization stage as well, for the benefits that we'll get through that. But so far, yeah, we're doing pretty well. Staying in line with what I was wanting to do. We dominate the continent, ready to advance from simple village to civilized life. So our species is going to be the dominant species of the planet, which is fine with me. Okay, so we're in the building creator. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to figure out. Where this step is going to be the front of the building, and anything else we do has to fit basically inside this circle. So let's get started. We're kind of a warrior looking type of characters, so I think this here, but this is the first building that you construct in the civilization stage, is going to be the town hall. And as you can see, these are all well, if you don't know, you won't realize, but these are all the standard types of items that are available in the regular game. There isn't anything extra here from the Dark Injection mod, that, as far as I can tell. Let's try to keep that where the claws aren't interacting too terribly bad. Bring it out over the door just a little bit. Yeah, it looks a little bit crazy, but so do I. So of course there's tons of little finicky things that I could do to make everything perfect. I'm going to try to keep that to a pretty fair minimum. I do want to make a nice looking structure, but I don't want it to take me all day. If you hold Alt, you can copy items like that. And they almost snap exactly where you have them on the other side, so it's pretty easy to mirror. They do snap to the center of structures, so that makes it pretty handy. But I think that's pretty nice. I like a little bit of balcony on my town halls, even though they can't actually come out to the balcony. I mean, you'll never see characters like standing on this area, but I like to have them anyways. Little door to fit in here. Squish it down just a little bit. Sticks out just a hair. I'm going to try to move this. Okay. We have these connections also. They're pretty interesting structures. I think I'll add one or two to the sides here. Make it a little bit better. Kind of like a room extension of some kind. We might be able to place another body on there. It's kind of a square shape, so I think I'll stick to the square sort of shape here. There we go. Oh, that one doesn't quite fit down on there, so I might just have to switch over for a roof. There we are. See kind of how that looks. Looks a little suspended, but these almost look like arms to hold it up, so that's not too bad. Yeah, I think I can excuse that. That could be extended a little bit, I think. Bring it in closer to that. Town hall items here. Some of these move, create different effects and stuff like that. Carousel. Got antennas, and for another connector, I think I would like something a little more round. And in fact, a bit lower. Should be good the way that it is. And then I want to see, I feel like if I try to put another one of these round things on there, it's simply going to want to sit on top of those forks there. I don't think that that quite looks right, so I may actually change that connection for just a completely different type. There we are. Yeah, I think that looks pretty wild. And then I want to add one of these fancy doodads on the top of it as well. Maybe this one even. The fanciest. So it can extend up, but I think I like for it to just sit there. Yeah, so they do their spinny wobbly things. I think that's pretty good for a town hall. Of course, there are other parts that you could get into. There's little mushrooms. You could stick mushrooms beside the door. Make them a little short, guys. Mushrooms growing on the balcony. Or over by this door even. It seems like things don't really want to attach to the balcony, so that's fine. These little guys will do. Yeah, I think that's pretty ideal. We're gonna have to name the thing, which always throws me off a little bit. Fear halls. That works for me. Oh, I don't want to accept yet because I want to color the thing. Yeah, skin mode. You could do it as sort of preordained skins here. Pre-selected skins, which are really awesome. I personally prefer to color my things independently. So you could do paintbrush mode and select different textures for different things. Really get in there and specify things to look the way that you want them to. I like those doors pretty well. It doesn't really fit on this bottom piece. Maybe something like this would be better. Maybe something like that. I feel like the vertical lines are more reasonable. But I do like to use this also. And once again, all of these textures, I believe, are in the original game. I don't think that these are anything special. And one of these types of colors designates your, I want to say, team color, your character's color on the map. So I do want a red. I think it's the detail color though. It's the one that shows up on the map, but I can't remember for sure. So windows and doors I think could go back to more like a blue, lighter blue color, somewhere in there. For some reason it doesn't want me to select some of these other colors, but that's fine. Gonna look through. That one's suitable with the vertical wood shapes. And the metal and the red, I think that's gonna be the one that we go for. That's pretty good. That right side roof is floating a little bit, but that's fine. Hey, money! Yeah! We need vehicles! Yeah! Good idea! And pies! Yes! Definitely pie. Woohoo! So they are very excited about this thing becoming a civilization surrounded by dollars. Okay, so now we get to build our first land vehicle. You have to have some kind of vehicle to start the game because vehicles are imperative to any civilization. Once again, I think most of these are... Oh, okay, this page is definitely new sorts of structures that I haven't seen before. They all seem to have a health of 1. This guy's like a unicorn. I'm pretty happy about that. Oh, that made the unicorn horn a little funny looking. Let's make it narrower. There we are. Okay. So we're trying to balance these out a little bit. I say balance, we don't need them to be perfectly balanced in percentages. What it's based on is health, attack, and speed. And so you can balance them however you want. If you want a really tanky vehicle, you increase the health. If you want a really powerful one, you increase the power. And if you want a really fast one, you increase the speed. It's pretty straightforward. Health and speed there. I think there are some of these. Yeah, 2 health. I don't know if there are any that are 2 speed, but that's fine because this is going to be our mobility. Okay, so now we can get into mobility. You can use any of these sorts of things. We got walker legs down here, which I pretty well like to use. Normal wheels, treads, tracks, I mean, and then jets. So we're going to use this swamp heater style thing right here, for sure. That can be like the ears. I think that's pretty awesome. Yeah, long and thin I think is the way to go. Yeah, there we go. And then I do wish I could extend this back a little bit more. That would be ideal, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to be the case. what I might be able to do is shove a beveled lozenge in the back here. It's more reasonable. Yeah, I like that pretty well. And that added a health on there. So right now we have, what was it, 1 health from this body, 1 health from this one. The cockpit was 2 health from there, and then a health and 2 speed from the jets. I feel like we need just a little bit more speed. I kind of wanted to use the tracks, but it doesn't look like they're going to give me a lot of speed. These burn rubber wheels will. Cartwheel would, flywheel would. Seems really small. Maybe this cartwheel. Still seems pretty small. Okay, and they don't have to be balanced or anything. You know, I could put this wheel up here and he would still fly around on the map. It wouldn't be any big deal. But for aesthetics purposes, I like to at least make the vehicle look like it could possibly work in real life. Not too bad. So that's increased our speed quite a bit. A little bit more than our health, which I'm perfectly fine with. Next is going to be our power. As you can see, this is going to be different for every card that you get. So like I'm clearly using economic style gameplay for my civilization stage. There's war. The warrior guys will have guns here clearly, and missile launchers, things like that. And then there's religious vehicles that would have instruments, loudspeakers, sound projection sort of materials there too. But we're going for the big money. So let's throw down a charmed quark in the back here. That's going to be on both sides now. I feel like that is probably the one that we want. So we're pretty well balanced here, a little bit more speed than anything else, which is kind of nice. But I do think I want to try just a little bit more power. Maybe would it be possible to stick this on top? Scrunch it down a little. Well, that looks very cool. I like that. Okay, so we are pretty well balanced now. A little bit short on health, but I think that's good. So this is lights and stuff. A lot of these are really cool. Got police lights on there. No, thank you. Yeah, I like to put the smog lights in the front just because they're super bright. See, they're pointing up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And then glow slats are almost like tail lights, almost. I love these ring of lights so much. I think I'm going to put it around here, right on the top. It kind of looks like a halo, right? But I'm going to make it look super big and then squish it down like that. So the lights are kind of around the actual thing. Yeah, I think that works pretty good. Okay, so it's hard to see with the way that it's painted, but once I get it painted, you'll be able to see these lights floating around the top there. Really cool. Let's see, do we need windows? I think we have plenty of windows for right now. I don't think we need... Oh, I like that color. Glowing nose, that's always fun. Stick a nose on the end. It's got different sort of shapes too. Tri-beams are colorful. Pretty good. That's what we've got on the front. I thought that those were more colored, but that's fine. This one's pretty cool. Drop that on the side for sure. Make it a wee bit more balanced. Okay. And then one more. I don't think so. I think those are just white again. There we go, that's the one I was looking for. Turn him sideways, and he should be pretty good right there. Okay, I think that's pretty nice. We have a few little detail things that we could put on. Mercury, I think I'll throw on to the hood for a hood ornament. See, it's gigantic, but we can squish it down. Yeah, there we go. Good old Mercury. And then I think on the back here we could do with a spoiler, because everybody with fancy cars for some reason thinks spoilers are super great. Bring it up like that a bit. Alright. Man, that is that is a vehicle for sure. Let me see. Okay, there are these as well. This must be something with the expansion pack. I've never seen anything like this. I don't know if it would give us... It just has 3 dots there. I don't know what it adds. Let's see. It doesn't change anything. It did change something. It adds to power, it looks like. But that's fine. It doesn't quite match our desired aesthetic here. So I think we're gonna leave it off. And another couple of eyeballs for the front here. Maybe that could be like the nose. I don't know. There we go. Just to add some random textured item on there. Let's call this the fear card. It's too crazy. I can't honestly decide how I feel about it, but we're gonna go with it. Just getting into the civilization stage takes time. We have an oceanside city here, which is advantageous because we can immediately design seafaring vehicles as well. There's going to be spice beacons in the ocean as well, so we'll have to take control of those. Our city is the first to appear on the planet, but our species no longer speaks with a single voice. Soon other cities will arise, built by factions of our own species. Those factions will be religious, warring, and economic, like us. We have to unify to advance, so we have to convert those cities to our faction to succeed. We've got the progress bar down here. This is how many cities will show up that we have to take over. At this point, after we discover 4 cities, or conquer 4 cities, we'll discover flight, and we'll be able to build flying vehicles. Yep, that's a progress bar. After we conquer certain numbers of cities, it unlocks our abilities that we've unlocked throughout the stages up to this point. Move the camera freely around. Yep. Left, right, mouse button at the same time pitches the camera. We can rotate it around. Use the arrow keys, the mouse wheel. Click on the vehicle or box it to select. These spice geysers are important. It's how we get money. It's a valuable commodity. Fill our coffers. All that goodness. Yep, so our goals are up on the top left there. We're supposed to go and claim that geyser. As you can see here, we can buy a land vehicle. Okay, so it's converted to our nation's identity color, which at this point is some kind of light purple sort of color. We can move around on the mini-map. We can click on the mini-map to the jump cameras there. And here's a rival city that's just spawned. I don't know what type they are. Let's see. Yep, we want to conquer them or attempt to make them an ally, just like in the tribal stage, but a little bit different because we're using vehicles instead of characters. Yeah, I explained the super abilities as well. And get this paused right quick. So they have a vehicle also. It looks like they're a religious type of colony. You could tell by the eye with the star around it. Okay, so we've got that spice geyser. There's geysers in the ocean here, you can see on the map. They've spawned there, so he's probably going to try to take control of this geyser as soon as he can. Or maybe even this one. There's still going to be epic sized creatures on the map, and they will try to destroy our ships if we try and drive too close to them or anything like that. And speaking of ships, let's go into the city planner here. It's going to tell me all about my city planner. If we go to vehicles here, we're already able to make economic sea vehicles, which I will probably do next time. We're also able to build or design our 3 types of buildings, which are houses, entertainment, and factory. This is our happiness, which is built up by entertainment. This is our defense, which is built up by turrets. Factories increase our production, which right now is 0 a minute. And houses expand on what the entertainment value and production value of these 2 buildings are. So I'll explain all of that, get more into it next time. You can do more things, drop in decorations, fountains, lights, plants in your base. I don't know how reasonable it is to try to do this before I put down the actual working structure, so I'll wait to do that until much later. And I don't think they provide us any sort of valuable benefits. Like, I don't think any of our citizens are going to have their happiness increased by having plants around and stuff. You can also customize the music to suit whatever your purposes are. It's like we have yeah, it's pretty nice. I'll leave it like that for right now. And then of course we have the tribal outfitter, or the civilization outfitter now, which gives us access to a couple of new items. So we've got wizard hat, which is pretty cool. We've got this sort of hat. Even though we're an economic character, we're still kind of we're still predatory, and we're still sort of a conquering kind of creature. And so I do want to have a cool army helmet like this. Oh, not quite that crazy. Yeah, I like that really well. We can get rid of this, but I want to see what our options are first. We've got masks available, chest pieces here, so we can get rid of that and give him the Colonel armor here. I was under the impression I could change the angle of this, but I'm not seeing the dot. There it is. It's hiding right under his throat. Bring it down just a little bit so I can get that angle a little better. There we go. It looks a little strange. It's almost like our creature has fanny pack on or something, but I think that's fine. Yeah, let's squish it in just a hair, I think. There we go. That should do for those. We've got better shoulder pads here, which I think we're gonna use. Sort of suit the fancy militaristic look that I'm going for. So like I say, we are an economic creature, but we're still predatory and all that. So he's got a nice beard going on. I don't think he needs a fancy hair. It's called a metal cap, but I think it works pretty good as an eye patch. And there is a way, one way or another, to put things on asymmetrically, and I can't for the life of me remember what it is. I thought it was like shift or just A or something. Yeah, it's just A. So if I hold A and put that on there, he's got one eye patch thing, and his other eye is completely normal. So there we go. I think that that's pretty awesome. Maybe in the space stage I can do something cool on this side as well. And then I think since we are economic and we have monies, we're gonna have to do the bling bling necklace right here. Cool. I think that's probably sufficient. Let's make the chest plate a little bit bigger. I think raise it up just a hair. Minute adjustments. Gotta reach into his mouth to change the angle here. And make it a little thinner if we can. That ought to do. Okay. Yes, I'm very well pleased with this. It is acceptable. He's also pleased, so that's good. Okay, and we can zoom in pretty far. They've rendered in finally, and we can see the little guys floating around. So that's cool. I'm not going to do designing for all the buildings and stuff this time. We'll do that next time. I know we spent a lot of time designing the town hall and the characters and stuff this time. That's just the nature of the beast and the civilization stage. So you can get in here pretty close to see details of creatures and stuff like that. I imagine my vehicle is pretty easy to see here. Yeah, pretty fancy pants. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to make sure to catch the next episode, feel free to subscribe. Consider supporting if you'd like to, and be sure and check out any of my other videos or playlists that you might be interested in. I thank you very much for any time that you spend on my channel, and I hope blessings of wisdom and peace on all of you. Farewell.